Hello everybody and welcome to the Captain Calamity Lockdown Special, and today we're going to do science experiments. So every day at 2 p.m, tune in and we'll get a video up for you and you can see what we're doing at home and how we're being creative and hopefully encourage you to do some creative things too. So today, science experiments. I've got my assistants Luca and Zak with me and they're going to grab things and make this flow as easily as possible. But please note, this is not being edited, so you're getting this as live, so please bear with us. Right, so the first thing, I've had lots of requests for slime making, so we're going to do that first, okay? So the first thing we need to do, if we're going to do slime making, is we need some PVA glue. So we're going to get that poured in here. So all you need to do, lots and lots of PVA glue, okay, into a bowl, okay? Should do that. Luca, if you could get that glue out of the way, put it on a surface behind us, and we can carry on. So there we go. PVA glue, that's your first thing, okay? And your next ingredient, you're going to need water. So Luca, can you give me a cup full of water? And whilst he's doing that, Zak, if you could give me a cup full of water, okay? All right. So we're going to add to the PVA glue a little bit of green food colouring, so that's going in there like that, and we're going to get that stirred up. So Zak, Luca, right, if you can add the water in there, that's a cup of water. That's brilliant. So we've got a cup of water, about 3/4 of a bottle of PVA glue and green food colouring. And Luca, if you could get that stirring, that would be brilliant. Meanwhile, Zak, if you come around this side of me, okay, and Luca, if you shuffle over a little bit, we can do this. Okay, so there we go. Now, we've got another bowl, and it's important that you separate the bowls when you do this, and this is what we're going to do with this bowl, okay? So we've got borax, okay? People ask me, what is borax, okay? Borax is found in eye drop solution, borax is found in soap, borax is found in washing powder, and we're just going to get a spoonful of that, okay? And Zak, if you pour the water in first, that's brilliant, and if you get a spoon and you start stirring, I'm going to just add the borax as you're stirring, because what we don't want is we don't want any build-up of crystals, okay? So just going to put a little bit of that and just keep that stirring. We're just going to add a spoonful, and hopefully that won't settle, so we'll get a nice mix, okay? Put a bit more in, okay, and we'll just go for a little bit more of that, and just keep that stirring, Zak. Whilst I'm doing it, we can just get that, and we'll just put, there we go. We've gone for 2 level teaspoons of that. Okay, so that's our borax. So if anybody tells me that they've used activator to make their slime, then that's what's found in those kits that you can buy, and activator also contains borax. So borax is an important ingredient in whatever form for making slime. So we're going to make a simple slime. We're not going to add things like shaving foam, which was a suggestion that I had, but we're going to keep it quite simple so you can see what we're doing. So we've got 2 solutions here. Luca, come in here. Zak, come in here. Brilliant. We've got our solution here, which is a borax and water solution. That's a cup of water and 2 level teaspoons of borax. Zak is stirring that. And here we have our green food colouring, our PVA glue, again a cup of water. So we're using 2 cups of water over the whole slime, and we're mixing that together. Did I mention everything? PVA glue, water, and food colouring. And Luca's giving that a good slime. Good slime? Oh, hopefully it will be a good slime. Right. So, now this is important, the way around we're going to do this. So Luca is going to very slowly, I'll take that spoon off you, pour the solution into this bowl that Zak is holding whilst Zak is stirring, okay? Okay, and just a little bit at a time, Luca, not all of it. A little bit, not all of it. Not all of it, you crazy! Not all of it, just a little bit. Stop there. Okay, and a bit more. Not all of it, you crazy! Just lift the bowl a little bit so you're pouring straight in, but not all of it! Don't go mad! He's crazy, that boy, he's crazy. Okay, keep going. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Stop! Are you mad? Not all of it! Not all of it, not all of it. Okay. Okay. Zak, keep stirring, you're doing a great job. It's giving your arm a good workout. Okay, keep going, 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 keep going until you've got all of it in there. Okay? Keep going. We want all of it. We want all of it. We want all of it. Okay. Not all of it. Okay, yeah, we want all of it. Okay, that's good. Right, and we can put that bowl. If you can take that bowl, Luca, and just drop that in the sink for me, that would be great. Get that out of the way. Okay. And Zak, if you've noticed with this bowl that you're slime, you just stop there for a second. If you noticed, Zak, that what's happening is the polymers are changing. Okay. So what was separate ingredients have now combined together, and we're getting a stretchy polymer. Okay, we're getting a slime. There we go. That is pretty awesome, that slime, actually. Okay, there we go. So, when you make slime at home, that is what you want it to look like, okay? Okay, there we go. All right, what do you reckon? That's pretty cool. Do you think that's good? It's a pretty good slime consistency there. Whatever you do, don't put it in your hair, okay? Because, yeah, it doesn't come out of your hair. But use somebody else's hair, by all means. Here's a good experiment that you can do. If you're at home and you want a day off school when we go back, if you want a day off school, this is what you need to do to get a day off school when we go back. All you need to do is get your slime, okay, make it nice and early in the morning, go over to school, go over to your mum in bed and just go, Mum! Mum! I've got a cold! Mum! I'll show you, I'll come a bit closer so you can see this. Mum! 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 I've got a cold! And you see, no Kleenex is going to clear that up. So you will get the day off school for that. That is awesome. And then, of course, there are other things you can do. Like, for example, you can mix it up nicely in your hand. You can get it. And you can create a slime ball. Okay, and once you've got a slime ball, then you can get to play with it. That's cool. Okay, throwing and catching and checking the consistency of your slime ball. So let's do that again. Okay, right, Luke, are you ready for the slime ball challenge? Yeah. So I'm going to chuck the slime ball at you. You're going to catch it. Okay. So if you stand over here, mate. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You ready? Yeah. Don't drop it. 3, 2, 1. Overarm or underarm? What do we think? Underarm. Underarm, okay, we're going to do this underarm. 1, 2, 3, whoop! Hey! Okay, now, Luca, your job is to throw it at Zak. Zak is going to catch it. Okay, get in tight, Zak. Okay, don't try and do a clever one on your brother. Okay, just, oh, it's attached to your gloves now. Okay, so, okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Right, let me do it. Okay, here we go. You're going to have to, right, you go and change your gloves while I'm doing this, okay? There's a bin over there, Luca. Okay, Zak, ready for the slime ball challenge? No. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh, you missed it! Okay, oh, we got it. Ah! Okay, boys and girls, please don't try this at home. Try it at somebody else's home and then they can clear up the mess. So there we go, that's our slime. So there we go, if you want to make slime, you can make it too. We've got loads of it here as well. Come around to our place when all this is over and you can have some. Okay, loads of slime there. So there we go. That is experiment number 1, making slime. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's move on to our next thing. So Zak, if you move that out of the way, let's have a look at what we're going to do next. Brilliant. Okay, so, right. So this next demonstration, and I'm going to use the word demonstration rather than experiment for this because that technically is the correct term. The difference is if you are doing an experiment, you are testing a theory, you're seeing if it works, and then if it doesn't work, you're adjusting it to see if you can make it work better or change it. But if you're doing a demonstration, then you've got it all pre-planned, you know exactly what you're going to do, and you know exactly what you want the results to be. So this is a demonstration. So, here we go. This is what we're going to do. We are going to take a bottle, okay, there's a plastic bottle, extreme close-up. Okay, we're going to take this bottle and we're going to fill this bottle up. What I want, Zak, is if you come into the shot, I want you to be about 3/4 vinegar in there, okay? So this is white vinegar we're using for this one, white vinegar, okay? So just, if you can just spray about 3/4 of white vinegar. Come as far as where that line ceases, okay? So there we go. So while Zak is doing that, giving us half to 3/4 of a bottle, hopefully. Well, there we go. That's not what we wanted to do, but we'll just decant a little bit of that in there. Okay. This is live, folks. That's proof if ever it was one. Okay, just put a little bit more back. Okay. It's where we need Kelly, the pharmacist, to pour things back. Right, okay. So, there we go. Now, okay. so we have our bottle of vinegar and the lid, Zach, that you managed to get in there. But this shouldn't stop our experiment. It's getting a little bit, smells like we need to add some chips into this mix to just make it taste a bit nice, because we've got a lot of vinegar and no chips today. So what do we do when we got vinegar? Okay, so the next bit, okay, we're going to try and do this a little bit more carefully. We're going to take a red balloon, okay. Other colours are available. Look at that. How organised is that? That I've pre-made a red balloon. Okay, there it is. Okay, and we're going to take some bicarbonate of soda. Zach, if you would take that, okay. Now, there is a very big difference between bicarb soda and baking soda, okay. Baking soda or baking powder is different in the UK to bicarbonate of soda. Now, we need to get a little bit of that bicarbonate of soda, probably the equivalent of about 2 teaspoonfuls into that balloon. I'm going to use this because I know how messy it gets. Okay, and it will. And hopefully we'll just shake that in. We want that to go right into the bottom there. Sometimes it doesn't go in as quickly as we want. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Resist the temptation to blow into there, because if you do, you're going to make an awful mess. Okay, put that to one side. Okay, Luca, while we're doing this, if you can get a little bit of a tea towel thing going on, a kitchen towel, and just to get a bit of a wipe up taking place, that would be great. Okay, right, so we've got here a balloon which has got, Zach, were you listening? What's that got in it? Bicarbonate of soda. Okay. We're going to put this over the lid of our bottle, which has the white vinegar in it, and just make sure that you get a good seal on that, because if that pops off, you've got problems. Okay, so we've got our vinegar, the lid, but we don't need the lid, but it's in there anyway, and we've got the bicarbonate of soda. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the bicarbonate of soda into the vinegar, and when we do that, what we're going to get is, in this area here, we're going to get a gas created, okay? Now, it's not methane, as some people have suggested it might be in the past. It is, do you know what it is, Zach?
Carbon dioxide.
That's right, it's CO2. And that carbon dioxide is going to go into this balloon and blow it up. So, we mix the vinegar with the bicarbonate of soda, we create carbon dioxide, CO2, that goes into the balloon, and we should be able to blow up the balloon using CO2. So, okay, here we go. Let's give it a go. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. It's already starting to go in there. Okay, let's let the balloon do its thing. Okay. So I don't know if you're getting this, but I think we're getting quite a good inflation there with that balloon. And I'm keeping my finger around the seal because that's where it goes first. Okay, so if you want a vinegar explosion, like a volcano, when you mix bicarbonate of soda with vinegar, which you sometimes do for a science experiment to get a volcano, then you just need to let go of the seal on that bottle and it will go. So I'm not going to do that, I'm going to settle it down. And I would say that's pretty good. What do you reckon? Let me bring that around the front so you can get a good sense of what we've done, okay? So this balloon is blown up with bicarbonate of soda and vinegar, and there it is, and you can see it's pretty good. It's full of CO2 there. So, there we go, something for you to try. Okay, right, let's bring this round and take this off. So, Luca, I'm going to ask you a question, okay?
Yep.
And the question is this. Okay, when you hold this balloon, okay, is that a heavy gas or a light gas?
It's a heavy gas.
It is a heavy gas. CO2 is a heavy gas. It's heavier than air, okay? And is it a cold gas or a hot gas?
Hot.
No, CO2 is a cold gas, okay? Heavier than air and colder than air as well. So there we go. That's what we've got in there, okay? And do you know what kind of reaction that is?
Chemical reaction.
Chemical reaction. It's also, I don't know, what's the term for a cold reaction? Because I think ectothermic would be hot. So whatever the opposite is, that's what we've just done there. So there we go. Okay, right. Somebody will be shouting at the screen right now, telling me I'm talking rubbish. Okay, So let's do something else. How about making some pop rockets? What do you reckon, boys?
Sure.
Okay. Right, this is what you need your goggles for, and it's lucky you've got your glasses. Right, so if you want to make some pop rockets, this is what you need to do, okay? We're going to take some film canisters, okay? What are film canisters, I hear people ask. Let me come round again to the front and show you exactly what these look like, okay? So these are film canisters. Okay, there we go. What are film canisters? Well, I'm gonna explain, okay? So film canisters, when your mum and dad were young, probably a little bit older than you, and they were going out to places like Ibiza and other holiday destinations, and they were getting lots and lots of photographs. They didn't have iPads back in 100 million years ago when dinosaurs were around, okay? What they had was cameras that took film, and the film would come out of one of these, okay, film canisters. It would go into the film as carefully as possible so that, into the camera. The film would go into the camera as carefully as possible so that it didn't get any dust on it, okay. They'd press the button, do 20 photos or however many they could on the film. Was it about 28? I think. I don't know why I'm asking Zak. He wasn't around then. Okay. And then when they finished, they would take the film, the completed film cartridge, and that would go in here, in there. The lid would go on, and then you've created a seal. Okay. Not a seal, not that kind of seal. It's a different kind of seal. A seal where no air can get in. And if you have a closed, confined space with no air getting in, that space is called a
vacuum.
Vacuum, exactly. Okay, not the same as your vacuum cleaner. Okay, right. So what we're going to do is we've just done an experiment, a demonstration with CO2, and we're going to go back to our friend CO2 because what we want to do with carbon dioxide this time is we're going to put an Alka-Seltzer into this film canister, okay? We're going to add water and seal it, and then the bubbles will build up, because that's what happens when you create bubbles and CO2 in a pressurized container. You get pressure, and the pressure has to release. So it's going to release, and when it releases, it will go up. So we're going to get a pop rocket, and hopefully it won't put a hole in Kelly's kitchen. Okay. Sorry, Kelly, if it does. Okay, right, so we'll just grab that lid for me, Luca. Careful when you come up so you don't hit the surface. Right, so we're going to do that for a few. Let's put a few Alka-Seltzers in there. Would you put one in there, Zak? And Luca, will you put maybe one in there? Brilliant. Okay, don't worry if they're crumbled. It shouldn't make any difference, he says. And what I suggest we do, we'll all do it, okay? I'll do it, you'll do it, and you'll do it. And then if we put them there, you can see them bubbling away. So, let's not use the vinegar for this, okay? Let's use the water. So I'll go first. Get your lid ready, Zak. Get your lid ready, Luca. Okay? Now you need to pour, not all of it in, just a little bit in there, and get that lid on, okay? Put that there, okay. Hopefully that will go. We'll do that for you. Whoa, let go, that went, didn't it? Okay, here we go. Let's do this one. I want to do it quickly. Okay, where's your lid, Zak? I can't see your lid. Get that on. Nice tight seal. Oh! There we go. Okay. Whoa, that's good. Oh gosh. Then it's going to go mad! Okay, let's get this on. Okay, we haven't damaged the ceiling, Kelly, we promise. Okay. 5. Whoa! So I don't know if you got that, but we did get a really good pop rocket explosion there. Again, don't try this stuff at home. Try it in Anne's house, okay? And she can clear up after you. Okay, right, now, let's move on. Okay, Zak, Luca. Okay, so one of you is going to get, possibly get their hair wet, and the other one of you is going to decide on their fate, okay? So, who's going to take the I think Luca should be the hair wet person, do you?
Yeah.
Because you've got your gel in your hair and it's nicely settled. Okay, so, we've got 4 cups, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, okay? And what all I need you to do is keep an eye on the cup that has got the water in it. So one of these cups is going to have water in it, and all you need to do is keep an eye on that cup at all times, okay? So, Zak, you're going to be like the voice of the audience at home, okay? So we're going to pour into one cup. Okay?
Yeah.
Can you confirm there is definitely water in that cup? Just look in there.
Yeah.
Perfect, okay. So all you have to do is keep an eye on this cup. Luca, you're the one who's going to get it over your head in a minute. Okay. Just keep ready. Okay. You can keep looking, but you can't say anything. Okay. So here we go. So the cup goes round here. Okay. And remember, keep an eye on the cup with the water in it. Here we go. Can you see which cup has got the water in it?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Okay. Do you still know which cup has got the water in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it this one?
No.
Oh, now, from this point on, I don't want you looking, okay? I want you to keep an eye. Okay, I'm going to tell you it's this one, okay? All right. So I'm going to allow you that one. So what we'll do is we'll pour that in there just to prove that that is the case, okay? And I'll tell you what, I'll make it easier for you, Zak. I'm going to put this one out of play, okay? That's no longer in play. But you have to keep an eye on the cup with the water in it. And this time, I don't want you looking into the cup, okay? All right, I want to make it as difficult as possible. Right, Zak, can you say which cup has got the water in it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Right, now this time I just want a yes or a no and no pointing, okay? All right, here we go. Keep an eye on the cup with the water in it, okay? All right. Do you still know which cup has got the water in it? Yes. Is it this one?
No.
Is it this one?
Yes.
Is it this one?
No.
Ooh, okay. You think this one?
Yeah.
See if he's right, shall we? So I'm going to make this easier for you. I'm going to put that one out of play, okay? So now we just have two cups, okay? One of them with water in it, one of them without, okay? We're just going to mix them up. And all you have to do, Zak, is keep an eye on the cup with the water in it at all times, okay? Don't take your eye on the one with the water in it, because our poor Luca over here is going to get wet if you get this wrong. Okay. Hey, Zak, is it this cup?
No.
Is it this cup?
Yeah.
You think it's this cup? Okay. Don't look. Luca, come forward. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. Steady?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Does that mean it's this one? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. So let's get our cups back. You can put your goggles back on. Well done, Luca, for being brave. So, Luca, do you know why no water came out of the cup?
No.
No. Zak, do you know why no water came out of the cup?
No.
Okay. I'm going to give you 3 options. Okay. Option 1 is that the reason no water came out of the cup was because it was a trick cup. Okay. Option number 2 is it's a trick table. Option number 3, Captain Calamity put something in the cup before he poured the water in. A, B or C?
C.
A, B or C?
C.
Okay, well you know it's not trick cups and you definitely know it's not a trick table because we use this table for dinner. Right, so here we go. That has no, right, can you grab that? And Zak, can you grab that one? Because I want to go right up to the camera and show people that these are very much empty cups. So if I go past, you look in there, apart from a bit of muck in there. Corona, Corona. No, don't worry, it's not. Let me just see this. It's just a bit of muck in there. That cup is empty, okay? You go through, you see.
Empty.
Empty, and Zak, would you?
Empty.
Okay, brilliant. So empty cups, apart from a little bit of muck in there. Okay, can you maybe clean that one out for us? We need to use it again. Okay, so this is the cup. Okay, what did I put in this cup? Shall we have a look? I'm going to show you. If you look in there, you should be able to see there's something different about that cup. There's something in there. Shall we get it out? I'll show you. There we go. So, inside that cup is this, okay? So, on this surface you'll see little powdered crystals. There they are. Should I come back up to the camera? Show you. You can see them in my fingertips as well. I'll come right up to the camera, okay? There we go. Powdered crystals, okay? And this, okay? So, where does this come from? What's it for? Why do we use it? Okay, so, Zak, when your little brother was a baby and wore a nappy, okay, he used to do little science experiments all day long. He would go along, okay, filling up his nappy, okay, with little science experiments. We always knew he was doing a little science experiment because of the expression on his face. He would go. Little turn of the head. You can do that now. Go on, little turn of the head and screw up the face. Okay, and we knew something was coming. A little science experiment from Luca. Okay, now, in the lining of some nappies, there are these little powdered crystals. And when they take on the liquid from a baby's little science experiment, I think you know what we're talking about. Do you know what we're talking about? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
When they take on the liquid from a little science experiment, the powdered crystals inside the nappy turn to a gel, and the gel stops the nappy leaking. It can get bigger and bigger. Your brother used to have massive nappies. Bigger and bigger, but they don't leak. I'm just aware that my children are going to kill me at the end of this session. There we go. And that is what is inside the lining of a baby's nappy. Slush powder, as I like to call it. Okay, so that goes in there. Right. Well, folks, you know what? I think we've done a good job, boys. I think that was a great first session. So, if you enjoyed what we did, please comment below. Let us know what you're thinking. Any ideas for future sessions? What we'll try and do during this period is we'll try and do a session at 2 p.m. every day. Okay, so comment below. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Now, boys, I want you to do this because this is my signing out. Be safe, be smart, be smiley. You ready? So, everybody, be safe, be smart, be smiley. See ya!
Press stop.
Press stop.
Press stop.